Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, this is Reverend Sim Racing, and today we're in the Race Sim Studio Formula 4 2024. Now this car is relatively new. At the time of making this video, there was an old version which we're going to compare at the end of this video. So I'm going to drive the new version first. We're going to drive her at Brands Hatch against the AI. The AI is set to about 97-98%. And then we're going to do exactly the same with the old car. Now I'm not going to commentate on the whole video, but I am going to give you a quick overview of the car, talk about how the car feels, how it feels to race the AI, were you likely to use it, and also I'm going to compare it to Formula 4 cars from other titles, or one title specifically which is Race Room, because I've used that very often. So I'll start out by saying the link to the Race Sim Studio is in the description below. They make fantastic, highly detailed cars for Assetto Corsa, and I can't recommend them enough. So we'll start at the beginning with the price. The car cost me around £2.50, and as I've said before, I've spent more in Costa and I've got far less enjoyment. This is something that you'll use often, you may use online, you can throw it around the smaller tracks against the AI and you'll have a fabulous time with it. It really does feel great. So as I say, £2.50, and that's for the car itself, various different skins. You can also get some templates on there for creating your own skins, but we know what the Assetto Corsa community is like. There'll be hundreds of skins for this within a couple of weeks. In terms of the install, it was a simple download and then drag and drop the zip file into Content Manager, and there you go, the car was installed. It's as simple as that. If you're unfamiliar with Content Manager or you're just new to Assetto Corsa modding, then please by all means ask me questions in the comments below and I'll do my very best to help you out. I'm more than happy to share all my settings with you. So this was 6 laps around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit against the AI. Really enjoyed it. Nearly got into the back of the AI there. Absolutely great race with them, to be honest with you, and the car felt fantastic. So how does the car feel? Well, the car feels like my experience with other Formula 4 cars in other games. Specifically Race Room, which I've used the Formula 4 car often there, to be honest with you, for lots of online racing. So I do know how the Formula 4 feels. You've got to be late on the brakes, the rear goes light, you've got to be able to catch the slides on the way into the corner and then try and get on the power early so that it settles back down. It is a car that does move around a lot, and this feels pretty much the same, if not a little bit weightier, which is obviously better. But in terms of handling, force feedback, it feels great, and it's something that the car that you can use to learn the tracks. It's a bit more forgiving than, let's say, going straight into the RSS 2023 Formula 1 style cars, and I think that for online races as well, this is going to be the better car for racing, and it's going to be something that people can get to grips with a little bit more. As the car's slower, there's that little bit more margin of error, so that when somebody brakes in front of you, you're not directly straight into the back of them because you're moving so fast. Gives you that little bit more of a reaction time, and I think that you can get a decent race with it. I would also think that the car's likely to be used on low fuel motorsport for the seasons. I'm sure they've used vehicles like this in the past. For those of you that don't know about low fuel motorsport, it's a very simple way to get into online racing. They run particular seasons, so it's a particular track a week. The links to the track and to the car are normally provided, and they show you whether it's paid DLC or whether it's something that's already in Assetto Corsa, and then you can register for that particular race. Whoa, big slide there, but we managed to catch that. A little bit of contact there with the AI. And then once you're registered, you can join the server and you're away and you're driving and racing these cars online against other players, and the racing is relatively clean. Obviously you have to do your bit, but most people on there are trying to be clean. Racing incidents obviously do occur, so it's not perfect, but in terms of either going to that or going to a public lobby, there's no question as to which I would normally join. As I say, any question about low fuel motorsport, please don't hesitate to ask me, and I'll try my best to explain as best as I possibly can. So we're heading into the last lap now of this race. So we've got up to 5th, we've gone up a few positions, it's been a great race, thoroughly enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed the car, and I can't recommend it enough. The weight transfer feels great as you come over the hill and then down the dip into turn 1. It's just a great car to drive, so really can't recommend it enough. As I say, we will have a comparison with the older version just so you can see the difference and see whether you think the car's going to be worth your time or not. As you can see, the AI gave us a decent race, which is not always the case on Assetto Corsa. It's not the greatest in terms of AI, but for this particular track, this car, it all suited really well, and we were able to get a decent race out of it. It's one that I'll definitely try again. So that's the race over in the new version of the car. So we switch now to the old version. It's on screen so that you can see which version we're using. As you can see, we've got no halo, so it's definitely the old version. And I think you'll see at the end of this video that we're a couple of seconds, maybe a second and a half, a lap slower in this car, which you would expect, obviously, it being the older version than the new version. But it was still no less fun to drive. This was another great drive. So I can't recommend these cars enough, whether it's the old version or the new version. However, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let the pictures and let the drive do the talking. I've been the Reverend. Can't thank you enough for your time if you've got this far into the video. Do please like and subscribe, as I'm trying my very, very best to grow this little fledgling channel. I'm up to 22 subscribers at the time of making the video. If I could get to 25 or to 30, that would mean the world to me. So thank you very, very much for your time. Take care now, and thanks for watching.